Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel here today. Today we're here for another episode of Pong the Animation. Very excited to be jumping back in here with the boys, of course. The Ping Pong boys, after last week's hiccup, I guess you would say. Didn't go entirely to plan, you wouldn't say, for our main character. But yeah, that's the thing as well. Only one episode here today, unfortunately. Just a bit on the tired side. Kind of the weekend push things back with Cosmic Princess Kaguya, of course. Very, very long video. So yeah, something's got to give. It's ping pong at this juncture. I'll also say that this weekend is also looking kind of dicey because I got some stuff on. So again, we'll see how we go. We always try to make something happen around these parts, but you don't want bad content either, I don't think. Either way, I'm not sure it'd be, possible to make bad content of ping pong, but I digress. The one and only YouTube comment here today from Lazy Joe. I too really like the nicknames for the main characters. They're just nice and simple, and you know who I'm talking about. When I say smile, you know who that is. And I don't need to say Skimoto or whatever, just rolls off the tongue a little bit easier for me personally. But yeah, I mean, we go through it here. Smile. He doesn't smile, so we call him Smile. There's also probably more going on there as well. Next up, Peko. He is called that after Peko, who is the mascot of Fujiya, a Japanese candy company, because of his non-stop sugary snack consumption. That's most certainly true, and right here is the character in question. I can definitely see the resemblance, you would say. I thought Fujiya was interesting too. There was Fujisan, there was Mount Fuji in the background of last episode, and Peko was the one to note that. I don't know, maybe a little bit of a stretch for me for mine, but you never know. Could be on purpose. Konwenga, that would be China, because he is Chinese. Very, very difficult name there as well. You got Kazuma, who is dragon. In his first name, Ryuichi, you have the dragon kanji Ryu in his name. So, shoutouts, another good one there. And then Manabu Sakuma, that's just Akuma. So they call him Akuma, which is like demon. Because he's a demonic kind of guy. You seen the guy? He's pretty scary. So yeah, the nickname's a nice touch. And yeah, potentially I do recognize Kenjiro Suda's voice from Review Starlight. The giraffe, very important character there, of course. That one's a little bit more flamboyant, though. I'm specifically talking about the voice he does in this, which is a little bit more gravelly. People have suggested also that it may be from a video game, considering he does a lot of work there as well. So, who knows? I'm gonna die not knowing that information, unfortunately. That's okay. We'll leave the YouTube comments there today, and we'll give the patrons a quick shout out. Why not? As always, I have a Patreon. If you're really hankering for those next couple of ping pong episodes, I will endeavor to do 2 next week, of course. They're up there ready to go on Patreon. It's only $6 a month. Gets you early access, gets you votes and polls. I'm more inclined to listen to you on all sorts of things. Musume's up there at the moment, as well as the movies that I'm doing currently. There may be something that tickles your fancy, just give it a look. A very big thank you to my patrons, starting here with Sean, Ace Lightning, Ada, Akumancer, Alchemy, Astifuf, Bananarama Hamadama-sama, BD422, Botero, Brennan M. Gibbons, Brett Jones, Capella, Choberibi, Copley, Cure Dynamic, Dakota, Dapper Dwarf, Diak Lord, Doke Hyo, Ed, Eric Algelius, Fancy Question Mark, Fried Rice, Fruit, Frozen Fox, Gloriana Tenebrae, Glyke, Hayato 138641, Hans Peter, Hibiki Tachibana, I Bailey, Ika, Intaz Students, Iria, J Cambion, Yako Yavanen, Jacob R, Jeff Solis, Joran, Kasogtha, Clem, Lexi, Lick H, Locus, Carulius, Lou, Lupe Ferrugia, Maddock the Doppelganger, Matthew Bratcher, Matthew Mortlock, Mickey Babbers, Miru, Mistake L. Chen, Molly Weinberger, Mr. Maniacs, Nature Without Man, Pencil Sharp 333, Platinum Fighter, Pike, St. Lily, Sam1373, Samuel Guerrero, SGM Janus, Shiny Haxorus, Skeleton, Tentacle Member, Terrence, Tobias Dal Christensen, Waifu Overdose Without a Net, Binchi, Jummy Boo, Kelvin, Ronlad BNK, Eclipsing, Free Weekend, and Luigi Mario 3939. Thank you very much for giving me money. I enjoy the money. Ping Pong the Animation. We were kind of getting right into some of that good stuff right there towards the end of episode 3, man. I think I have a lot of this smile stuff nailed down. I'm singling out it's because empathy is why he holds himself back in these you know, in these matches of ping pong sometimes. There's a specific moment when playing against Con Wenger where he kind of comes to understand how much investment he's putting into this as well and how much is on the line for him. And I think as well as it kind of breaking Smile out of his groove that he had going on, it's a you know, it helps to reframe things for him. Should I want to win and make another person feel equally that bad? Is that something that I should endeavor to do? If in order to be successful at this sport, I must become some cold, calculating robot person that doesn't care about other people or their feelings, then is the juice worth the squeeze? Especially considering my well-telegraphed history around people not treating me very nice. Like, I don't know, do I want to become almost someone like that? A little bit bullyish? Like, definitely... Again, that's the way that Koizumi wants him to play as well, and the way that Kazuma wants him to play for sure. Like, I don't know if this really kind of bratty, all or nothing, like, never give an inch kind of style is what Smile should be aiming for. But he should also give a shit. He should also try. So it's a hard one to split the difference on. I think the thing that brings it all together, obviously, is how he always holds back against Peko specifically. Again, it's well established that there's a pretty close connection there between those two. What if the entire time I'd never wanted to make Peko feel bad by beating him in ping pong? Like, is that a justification there for him holding himself back from, you know, the very start of things, you know? Like, he's my best friend. Why would I want to make him feel bad like that? But as a result, I think that's had an effect on Peko. He's very immature. It feels like he hasn't had a chance to grow up. Losses are also a chance to learn. It feels like Peko hasn't had that opportunity because he's been kind of coddled by Smile. So maybe again, both players there, no holds barred, going all out against each other, spreading their wings, so to say, isn't all that bad of a thing either. Because there's still care deep down there. We don't have to be all or nothing about it. We can go hard in ping pong and still be best friends off the court, off the table. Just a few musings there. Plot relevantly, I guess, Con Wenger beat Smile, and now which should be, you would imagine, Akuma and Peko. That's the next matchup, you would think. You would imagine we're still at this tournament and hashing things out. We'll see where we go from there. Yeah, let's get episode 4 of Ping Pong the Animation up here ready to go. Let's try it out. And there we have it, episode 4 up there ready to go. 22 minutes, 52 seconds on this one. Sync up accordingly with your own copy. I have the Vodez version, which is a modified set of Komi subs. If you want to know, you know. If not, there's a picture-in-picture version in the description below for your viewing pleasure. Let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1. Radio, 3, 2, 1. Go. Back in the day. Oh. To the voice acting. Whoa! Holy. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, right? That's cool. Whoa, Law. Look at this. Dude, everyone looks crazy this episode, too. I know, I'm aware. I forgot about Koizumi and all of it, right? He's very invested. Like, he believes in Smile. He believes in the Smile experience. It's not going to take a loss like that lying down. I didn't expect him to hit him, though. I don't know about all that. And then I thought Pecco's words there were interesting. It's like, oh, same old smile. Winning's all that matters, he says. Does he know? Does he know that smile could put him to the sword at any moment? Well, I mean, the best comparison we have between Pecco and Smile going all out is you got to introduce like a third party, considering, you know, their whole thing they have going on. The third party is Conwenger. Pecco got smashed, he got dropped on his neck, and Smile held his own. He arguably should have won. This is new. That's new. It was very cool. It was like Con or something. It was the plane. He's honestly just disgusting. You're still looking back. Interesting. I was very focused on our two main characters. I didn't think about how everybody else would be responding to that. Okay, someone's obsessed. Let us compare fucking paddles. Flashback stuff, please. I feel like I recognize that. Okay, so you holding a fucking grudge. Well, he's animated, isn't he? 6'7". It keeps happening. Oh, Smile's still here, by the way. Topspin, the video game? Bait? Or is this the Topspin contest or whatever? Okay. What do you have? What are you scheming over there? Akuma. Yeah, what is this meme strategy? It keeps fucking happening. The definition of insanity. Am I having a stroke? It'd be very funny to record me having a stroke for YouTube. Tiring himself out. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Alright, I understand now, everybody. Well, I don't know. War of attrition, my friend. And you know, here's the other thing as well. Sweet Tooth. He doesn't prep the right way. He's not going to have a good tank. Okay, very technical. I mean, I'm rooting for Akuma here a little bit, right? You got to change, buddy. He said winning is all that matters. Oh my god. Look at the focus there in the eyes. And Smile saw it immediately too. He's like, you know, he called it out. Do you have another level, Pekko? I'm not sure he does. It's all on the line now. This is it, right? Easy. Just like that. He didn't have anything. Simples. Oh, ho, 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 ho. He's talking mad shit. The only way to be sure you won't lose is to not fight. Terrifyingly strong. What, to want to prove a point? Okay. Shit, calling him out a little bit too. So what's his deal with the toilet? Whoa. No, we can't move on. And they're all bald. It really is that serious. And he will kill you. We used to call them the bus driver when I used to play sport. If somebody looked like way older than they should have been. Like he drove the fucking bus here. Uh, hmm. I'm feeling some Kazuma action. Who the fuck are you? Somebody in disguise. Look like a girl. Very blushy. Or sick? I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, something's changed within that man. Fucking hell. So it's like a boss fight. Most certainly is. Oh yeah, your thing about like kaiju and stuff. Holy fuck. It's Attack on Titan footage. Part dragon, part man. I don't know, with all this monster talk, I'm thinking about like the tokusatsu stuff for Smile. Like he's gonna take down that monster one day, you know? He's insane though. Like this is fucking cool. Wow! That's fucking awesome. This is such a cool like set piece. Love this. Whoa. He was in the bathroom like psyching himself up too. He did not even give an inch. The smiles, man. So pretty good sweep for their school, you would say. And he's just locked the entire time. Doesn't even matter if they're same school. He wants to fucking beat him. Yeah, girl. I think it's girl. Huh. This makes me sad. Yeah, but table tennis for me is life. That's soul-crushing. Maybe again, that's what Smile sensed. That's pretty damn serious for Conwenger. Jesus. I don't think it would look very good bald. Well, clearly, yeah. Jesus Christ. I don't know about the goddamn police state of it all, but sure. Well, yeah, because it's sponsored as well. Yeah, but wasn't the whole thing that, like, he thought that devoting your life to it was kind of cringe? This is the most insane school ever. Just for table tennis. It's not even just like a sports school, just table tennis. Yeah, it's complete fantasy land. Alright. Interesting. I will come pick you up one day. Interesting. Jesus Christ. We won everything, Dad. Yeah, it's Eyebrows Kun with the girlfriend, right? Or whoever that is. Oh. Huh. Well, they're cousins. I don't know if they're fucking doing it nasty style. I hope not. They're also kids. And Paco's just having an existential crisis. Oh yeah, Left Behind even. Sick. 66666 shot though. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, what do you want me to say? This show's fucking so good. Couple things to note. Obviously, we're linking the two kind of losers in our two matches here. Like Conwenger's devastation, similar to Paco's. Like, we'll be comparing, contrasting those two characters. Because, I mean, both of them lost to somebody that was more dedicated than they were. Arguably. No. Because I wouldn't say Conwenger is less dedicated. I would say that he has... It's the mental side, almost. It's locking in more. Anyway. But dropping all that, we can talk about that tomorrow. What I wanted to mention is... This episode had people going like crazy off model, like crazy perspective. People looked fucking weird as shit. I'm gonna give fucking Yuasa and team benefit of the doubt and say that it was creative. You could make the argument that's a little bit too skew-f, like a little, it's getting a bit too much, but I still thought it was really cool, especially that that match with Kazuma. It was fucking heaps good. So like him being huge there makes sense. I don't know, just people lean in weird ways and stuff. I don't know, I dug it. I thought it was cool. And yeah, as I said, we'll leave it there for tonight. I'll come back tomorrow. We'll record a little bit more about that, and we'll keep this train chug-a-lugging. I'll see you in a second. And we're back. It's the next day. One more episode of Pong the Animation in the books. I thought it was very, very good again. More and more this show feels very serialized, so you've got to talk about particular episodes in context with everything else going on, and this kind of ends the arc of this tournament, I guess you would say. And what would you say? You have 5 main characters there. Smile, Peko, Kon, Kazuma, Akuma, right? Those are your 5. We learned something about each of them here in this episode, I would say. The episode is called The Only Way to Be Sure You Won't Lose Is to Not Fight, which of course is talking about our good friend Smile here, you would think. But let's unpack that title a little bit more, right? So, why do you not want to lose? Well, it's pretty obvious. You want to win. It's a competition, but it's the devastation on the other side that investment will get you. This is evidenced through both Kon and Peko in this episode, 2 characters that do lose and try very hard. Put it all on the line, you would say. Stake everything. One a little bit more naive than the other, but both get popped by, 2 characters from the same school that have better game plans. Well, actually, not even. Fucking Kazuma just destroys him. I don't know if there's a game plan there. It's more just like sheer will of like wanting to win. That's what I would call it. But either way, in the aftermath, both are devastated, right? And then we have Smile. He's the same way he always is. He's just regular. Just feels the same way. Because he didn't stake everything. He could have put the foot down there, but chose not to, because he knew that if he got too invested on the other side, pain would come for him. Losing is the worst feeling in the world. The only way to not lose is to not try. The Smile thing, it's twofold, right? Hey, Smile, how come you never smile? So what we call you Smile. I've also never really seen him cry. I've scarcely seen him upset. Even when he is, he's pretty reserved about it. Outside of specific scenes where we're playing off of that, of course. But you're not feeling the full breadth of emotion of life the way he's currently going at it. He's not putting it all on the line. He's not going full throttle. Is he going to have regrets in the future about not doing that? That's almost what Koizumi-sensei is the most mad at. It's like, well, I know that you're going to look back on this time and regret not feeling it hard almost, That's why he slaps him. It's like you were so close. Again, don't know about slapping a kid, but I mean, it gets the seriousness of the point across and how much Koizumi cares here as well. But yeah, I mean, that's like the whole episode. We'll unpack that scene by scene. A couple more things to note. People look a little bit odd this episode, and I should look up the director, now I've been reminded. That would be one Fumihiro Ueno. Let's have a look here. Loves to episode direct one episode and not do much else of anything on the show. It's really, really weird, actually. But yeah, I mean, working to this day, you've got, Witch Watch here, and Urusei Yatsura, the new one, Tokyo Revengers, goddamn Rent-A-Girlfriend, sure, why not? I can't even see a link to much of the Yuasa stuff, or really like a through line on studio or nothing. Weird CV, really weird. Anyway, I was hoping to find a little bit more of a connection to why the episode looks a little bit different from the rest. So Ping Pong as a show, it already has a specific kind of look to it, but we're definitely turning it up a notch here. Like everybody's almost like wobbly. I think there was a part where there was some CG too. People keep talking about budget issues. Maybe that had something to do with it as well. If it is budget issues, it's very, very well navigated because, I mean, it's not obvious to me that it is, I guess. So, I don't know. It looks cool. I don't know. You could be a critical Carl or whatever you want to say there. and criticize it for it. I don't know. I choose to take the good with the bad with it, I guess. The other one would be this scene with Kon destroyed me. It's very, very good. It's one of the best scenes in the show thus far. And a character that's been pretty I don't know, annoying, bratty. It's, that mask coming off a little bit. He likes to talk shit, but he does genuinely care deep down. Let's dive back through here. Let's see what we can see. So we start here, flashback, very, very important flashback too, setting up the character of Manabu, or Akuma, whatever you want to call him. He's basically calling Smile shit. It's like, no, don't do that spin shit, fuck you. And then Pekko's helping him out, saying, hey, don't, hit Smile. So, okay, small scene there, but what can we glean from it? One, Manabu, not a very nice kid. You don't hit somebody for sucking at ping pong. I'd be hitting a lot of people if that was the case. I don't think Manabu liked being challenged like that by Pekko, and then when Pekko constantly beat him in club, it was like, he had the authority there, he was one-upping me, I felt kind of lessy in front of him because of all that. It felt like he could boss me around and tell me what to do. That's his, victory here in the episode is overcoming that. Granted, he is holding a grudge from, when he was like 6 years old. I don't know about all that, but that's the way he sees it at least. You were lording over me and telling me what to do, now the shoe's on the other foot. The one who is the best at ping pong is king, and I am king this day. And then over with Smile and Slap, Koizumi goes. Interesting line though, everybody involved in a game like that suffers. What do we see Kon do the next time he plays? He loses. He's still got his mind on it. So maybe Koizumi's looking at this from multiple perspectives, like, okay, well, I can read between the lines here. I know that Kon knows that you threw. This is a bit weird there, but follow me on this one. Because you did that, you're now in his head. He won't be able to compete at his fullest in the next game. He'll have something else on his mind. He may lose because of it as well. Like, you may think that you were doing him, a charity by letting him win, which is essentially what happened. Like, you could put the foot down there. But in reality, you're just messing with him to the point where he can't compete in these harder matches further on in the tournament. And I mean, that's only one perspective. The main perspective is Smile. Again, not going all out, not spreading his wings, so to say. The concern of the rest of the club is great as well, and almost the participation trophiness of what they're saying too. I mean, he beat Kong in 2 games. That's pretty good, right? Koizumi does not see the joy in that, does not see the good side, and throws down an ultimatum. Do you want to quit table tennis? Smile says yes and walks away. We pick back up on him watching each and every one of the ping pong games upcoming. So he didn't go too far. It feels almost very much like Pekko from that other episode where he's like, nah, I think I'm going to quit. And then the very next scene, he's like, nah, I'll stick around, why not? Whenever anybody says they quit in this thing, it doesn't really feel very finalistic. And again, saying these lines without conviction behind them makes you look very childlike, young Smile. And then, oh no, Pekko says that he's a softie, that being Smile, and the winning is all that matters. Some smart stuff going on here with the stairs too. He's walking up the stairs, ascending, as Smile is wiping his hands of the whole thing. We'll see these stairs come back around at the end of the episode at that shot of devastation of Pekko, still reeling from his loss and the rest of the tournament. Whereas he's situated on the stairs right down the very bottom, probably matching his mood at that time. See what I mean? It's like this kind of stuff. It's not bad, per se. It's just unconventional. I don't know. Just going to call it out. It's there. I'm noticing it. What I'm also noticing is the lore. We have the old lady from Tamura here, who we just call Tamura. And a couple of things are established. One, we both know each other from way back in the day, like when you were doing your thing, basically, in high school ping pong. And yeah, like I know Smile, so let's, meet up and talk on the issue. Maybe this connection here is what that line was alluding to earlier in the show when Tamura said that, I didn't want him going to that school because maybe I know that Koizumi is there and that won't be the best fit. But I mean, we'll see what happens here. You look very wistful about the whole thing and nostalgic. And we're setting up a little bit of something romance-wise towards the back end. Maybe there was something going on here. But before any of that, we're over with Kon Wenger again. He is still thinking about the game which he just won. So
Like I said before, still on his mind, he's not fully focused on the next opponent. Like, he's not locked in, he's not warming up, he's not training, any of that stuff. He is sitting and contemplating how close he was to just losing everything. And if that's what's on your mind going into a game like this, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy almost. It's just another one to contrast this with Kazuma when he's getting ready for his table tennis match, his ping pong appointment. He's locked. He's the most locked I've ever seen a person. That's why he's in the bathroom, like, doing whatever. He is getting himself in the zone to compete. Again, it's very military to me. It's like he's, like, going into battle, going into war. Like, it's no accident to me that, what happened in the game happened. It also continues on this line of Con and Smile, where Smile has almost been teasing him, goading him. At least you could read it that way. I remember in episode 1, there was that line that insinuated that Smile would beat him, which you didn't like very much. And there was the ni hao when we walked past only last episode. Like, it feels like I'm, being played with a little bit and Smile's not still going all out, all the way there. That's a little bit scary to me. Like, why is he doing that? That's odd. It doesn't compute with my worldview. And yeah, I must have forgot the order. I definitely thought that Koizumi and Tamura was soon. Anyway, weird. These two, specifically Manabu, he is obsessed. He still remembers their score, their record against each other. I'd imagine he's 124 and Pekko's 192, as well as counting down the time since I last beat you or something, or the time since we last had a match. I don't know what it quite was. It's the only thing that's dominated your mind. How can you reel off such statistics like that? You're insane. And this may be a little bit crass, but I do think there's something, teenage masculine about this a little bit. We're comparing our paddles with one another. It's what this is between these two. It's a dick measuring contest. They want to see who's on top. They want to see who's the king. It's all very alpha and stuff. And both here are very quietly confident, but one's actually coming in with a game plan, has grown since the last time that they played, and one is still naive and very, very childish. Not that you're not childish as well, but in a different way. You're childish that does not compute with this style over here. It just dominates it. Essentially what Manabu here is accusing Pekko of is not understanding the struggle. You were always number one, you were great at everything, always the center of attention, especially, the Tamura ping pong house or whatever, you were on top. But when you're on top, you don't have a chance to grow. If you're not constantly struggling and constantly trying the same way that somebody like Kazuma is, you're going to stagnate. You haven't known what it's like to be the loser, the underdog, the second. So you haven't had to find strategies to improve, and you also haven't had to deal with losing. Think about, this is the same stuff with Smile and Pekko, right? Because Smile has held back against Pekko this entire time, Pekko's, everything in his life has just been affirmed over and over and over again. He's like, oh, yep, doing great, don't need to change anything. Where, no, you're robbing him of that experience and growth, Again, that's why he is so childish, because he hasn't had these chances to grow from losses. So it's only natural that you meet up with a character that isn't quite as charitable as Smile, and quite as empathetic and concerned with the way that you feel about things, and potentially scaring you off or anything, and he wipes the floor with you. No need to hold back. This here feels like a reference. I do not know what it is to, but I feel like I recognize this, just putting the feelers out there to see if anybody else knows. So a couple of things here. We still don't explain full backstory stuff. We don't get Smile's view on things. Sure, that's still coming, you would imagine. As well as, why did you leave Tamura? Why did you go to this school? What changed? Was there a big incident that was a falling out that put you on this path to find revenge here and now today? Again, a lot of that is inferred, but I wonder if we'll see it fully in action at a later time in the story. And yeah, like I said before, Smile, talking a big game just before, saying that you quit ping pong, already back here watching Pekko in his bout. I don't believe you. I don't believe you for a second. But yeah, he gives some running commentary here. Right here and now he says terrible. Basically in response, I believe, to one of Manabu's returns. So he doesn't rate him very much at all, which, again, is kind of funny considering the bullying from the very start of the episode. I don't know. You would imagine Smile would beat this loser. You would think. Again, maybe that terrible is also aimed over here because you realize what's coming next. Gaping holes in your game. Here we go, just like old times, challenging him to a top spin contest. I'm not going to make you guys go through all this over and over again, but for a very long time in the episode, let's say good 30 seconds? At least? And again, it's not like there's nothing in there as well, but like, we just watch him return a high ball over and over again. I think like it stays its welcome, probably just enough. They're really pushing it though. Where I was like, okay, well, what's going on? But then something clicks over in your brain and you're like, oh, it must be purposeful, there must be plot stuff out of this. Right, he's trying to make Peko here tired. Again, the thing we're emphasizing in a lot of this as well is the exertion. That's why he gets tired. He's putting everything stupidly into these, what would you say, returns? I don't know the nomenclature. When he could have easily, I don't know, just dropped it here. That's what I would have did. Like, it's not... He tried to ego it, I guess. Once again, dick measuring contest. He fell for it. Like, oh, look how much harder, stronger, better I am than you, right? When you could have used your brain and thought about how you should play and not fall into his tactic and just, you know, mind in the game, keep going, blah, 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 blah. This is something here that Smile would never fall for. He'd be too robotic and think about too much of the perfect play to do here at this time. If anything, it perfectly encompasses the difference between the two characters. Brash, emotional, childish, Smile, cold, calculating, clinical. You know, it's the show in a nutshell almost. And again, that's what Manabu bet on. Bet that you wouldn't have changed, that you would still fall for something like this, and, you know, my plan worked fantastically. You know, now he's tired, I'm going to put the foot down. Peko here says that it's petty ping pong, only using lobs and blocks. Buddy, that's in the rules. Nobody said that they were going to have, you know, like an arm wrestle essentially. Like that. No, I'm here to win, buddy. I'm here to win. Really love this shot here as well as we get into this ping pong hakase type thing. The professor of ping pong, you would say. He's a nerd, hence the glasses, right? And the immense focus here on the ball as it drops. It's something that Peko teased me for in the past. You know, I really care about technique and different playstyles and all this other kind of stuff. And he's like, well, you know what? All those words that you used to bully me and tease me in the past, I'm turning them around and my effort is bearing fruit. Effort does pay off, the effort that Peko has not been putting in. And he sees it as just desserts, right? Like, this is how I saw him in my mind, right? Shining gold trophies, star, whatever the hell this is. That's the Peko I remember, and that's the one I want to thwart. Manabu sees himself here as the unequivocal hero, which is insane, right? But like, you know, you gotta believe your own hype. Every dog has his day, and today is Manabu's day. Just echoing again, this shot's great. It kind of encompasses what you may need to do in the wake of this. You know, switch on and focus up a lot more. Like Manabu is your foil. Potentially you need to take, you know, some of his advice a little bit. Just focus up. Try. And there's this build, right? This is some really good direction stuff. There's this build like, okay, well, what can you do, Peko? What are you going to do to change this? The game is on the line. You've only got 2, you know, rallies here to go. This is in your prototypical sports show where, you know, the character we're familiar with, the protagonist here in this scene, would change something and win. But he doesn't have the capacity. He just does not. That's very smart. That's very subversive. It's like, this is where, you know, a hero would change, but he can't. He's still stuck in a child. He doesn't have the next length to go. He needs to be like Spider-Man here or something, and he's only Peter Parker. Like, he hasn't grown beyond yet. And yeah, the way it happens here is just pathetic, really. Like, immediately from the return. Like, serves, return, gone. Just like that. And yeah, this. CG? Chat room? CG? I think it is. Let me play a little. Yeah, definitely. Weird, eh? I don't think it's too bad. And I feel like he's meant to be kind of off-putting and weird looking, so it kind of fits, but I didn't expect it. Yeah, they're doing whatever over there, whatever they can. More importantly here, Manabu, rubbing his face in it a little bit, giving him the advice now. Now I'm the one on top. This is payback for all those days at Tamura. Little broing him, rubbing him on the head, all that other kind of stuff. He's reveling in it. Oh yeah, okay, here's the scene that I had before. Tamura and Koizumi. Tamura, it's hard to believe I used to play like my life depended on it. I wore a victory headband. You say that you were lovely. So, again, similar ages, you would say. But what are you calling lovely there? Did she look lovely? Did she have a lovely personality? Or was it lovely because she was devoted? Because she had the victory headband on? Is that something that you were attracted to even in like a partner? It's kind of crazy. Winning was everything. Losers would have their very character rejected. Oh my god. Is this a picture of Koizumi? Kind of with the hair, no? A little bit. He's definitely associated with the butterfly. He's sprouting his wings here and whatever else. Sure, okay. I always thought that was just more... It could be anybody. So yeah, this is what we were talking about before. Again, Tamura doesn't want Smile to go to this school. Koizumi's going to be there. Going to turn him into a monster, basically. It seems that there was a split at a point where Tamura and Koizumi had very, very different kind of philosophies and like sets of ethics almost when it comes to ping pong and, teaching the youth. You went into coaching in high school and, she went into running you would say a bit more of a leisure ping pong hall, right? A bit more about the fun and the joy of the game. A bit of a competitive edge, but still. She saw Smile. I didn't want Smile getting with this guy because that can break people. And you don't want to break somebody like Smile. But as we say this, I feel as though it's almost too late. We see, he's escaping the chrysalis, young Smilington. He's becoming a little baby butterfly. This could be another point on his journey of growth and metamorphosis. Koizumi here says that the ones that don't know themselves are the ones who struggle the hardest to win, because they want to prove a point. I need Smile to almost make the discovery that he doesn't know himself, so he will try even harder to win. Apply this to Manabu as well, right? He struggled and struggled and struggled and struggled because he probably doesn't have a great opinion of himself at the moment. And again, he wanted to prove a point. Like, it's something that almost unites everybody. And Koizumi seems innocent enough. I just want to take him there. Once he sees the view from the top, then he can make his mind. The question of the show will be, is that juice worth the squeeze? Because, as long as he still has the choice, that being Smile, he should see how he goes, at least trying his hardest, right? And putting everything on the line. As long as it doesn't go too far. Probably to the point of like a Kazuma, that's like not advisable. He doesn't seem like a human. He doesn't seem mentally okay in the head. Like, I wouldn't recommend that, is my point. So, like, is there a balance we can strike? I don't know. And yeah, Tamura instantly calling him out as well. Going this hard on Smile won't turn back the clock for you, Koizumi. Maybe something didn't go quite the way it should have for him, and he wants another go at this, reliving the past through another person. I don't know. It's great conflict because I can genuinely see arguments for all sides here. I don't think there's a one right answer. And even my one answer, which is, make your decision once you get there, is pretty, it's a bit fence city. It's a little bit centrist, very rational, very boring. It's a good conflict. Everybody has a point. So again, the scenes placed next to each other in the show is so incredibly good. Like going from that scene with Koizumi and Tamura, talking about trying your hardest and seeing the view from the top and all that other stuff, but straight over to Kazuma, the negative side of that. What Tamura is arguing, against almost. I don't want him to end up like this, all alone, no friends, sitting in the toilet, or not even sitting, just standing, watching the rushing water go through, just contemplating it. This is insane. Like, look at him. So much pain in his eyes and, like, sorrow. And then I wanted to focus on this as well. Now, that to me looks like a rose. A white rose. Utena. Probably not. It's more like, the butterfly thing. It's also like... Because butterflies, again, go from like the cocoon to the butterfly. There's the chrysalis, there's a metamorphosis, there's a change, there's a growth, there's a spreading of one's wings. But also here with a flower, you go from a closed bud to an open bud, right? It's also showing off my stuff and being the best I can be. And what is this as well? Is this just like scrunched up toilet paper or something? I don't know. But it looks like very obviously it looks like a flower bud. It's cast aside, it's cast in the corner. It's there, but it's stagnant. I don't know, it's very evocative, even if I don't have exact words for it at the moment. You could also connect it with this romantic relationship thing we have going on with so let me get this straight. Kazuma is with the coach's daughter, but they're also cousins, which is weird. But she specifically sits down and watches his game. But then there's Eyebrows guy who's into her instead. Like, again, what we said previously in the show is, like, anybody that isn't 100% in to this, like, if Ping Pong is not their number one, they will end up losing. And that's very sad. I think, again, like, Kazuma is a cautionary tale against that. He doesn't seem like he's having much fun in any of it, right? Like, he's a young man. He should be, maybe not his cousin, but he should have like a girlfriend or something. Ping Pong shouldn't be the be-all end-all of his life, but it is. I don't know. I'm seeing something like, you know, he was given this flower and had to toss it aside or something. Maybe that is an idea. I don't know. Great piece of symbolism here. Just, you could take it in many different directions, and I'm sure the show has an entirely different one that will reveal itself in time. See what I mean? People just... It's a trapezoid head or something. This guy's arguably worse. Whatever, we're gonna drop it, it's fine. One thing I will talk about, though, is that you've obviously got your robot tokusatsu thing going on. He's billing himself as a monster, that being Kazuma, the dragon, all this other kind of stuff. The tokusatsu robot kills the monster eventually. So maybe that's some like foreshadowing type stuff is my point. You're going to like see that in your head as a tokusatsu fight. What do we think about the bald heads? I've got an interpretation. You know, men often lose their hair as they get older. Maybe they're making these kids grow up a little bit too quick and like asking them to shave their heads symbolically for this thing. Once again, also feels very military, like, you know, uniformity, all that other kind of stuff. But like kids should have like crazy hair and like do like kids stuff. They shouldn't go bald for Ping Pong. That doesn't... I do not recommend the actions of this, like, Kaio's school. I don't think that that's good. They may have the best resources and everything, but who gives a fuck? You're basically robbing kids of their youth. It feels like they're all, you know, 30-something salarymen already. It's not advisable. And the worst of them all, look at Big Bro. So scary, man. And even when he's in, like, locked-in mode, he still kind of has his eyes on, Smile. Like, he turns them right here. There. Still looking at him a little bit, right? Still scouting. Oh yeah, duh, we even say it in the dialogue there. We're like, oh, Kazuma, he can't be our age, he must be almost over 30. This stuff that he is doing right now is robbing him of his youth, which he should be treasuring, you know? And yeah, I forgot to mention the other side here. Kon. Kon's gonna lose, pretty obviously. He's not looking it in the eye, basically. He's still taking it pretty easy. Well, at least he's saying that he is, but he's probably still reeling from the last match, you know? So yeah, obviously this is going to get uncovered more. I don't want to talk too much about it now, but, you know, if you guys were only just, like, cousins and, like, whatnot, why are you, like, in disguise, blushing, watching him play? Something else is going on here is the point, because she isn't disguised later on. Like, you wanted to be here to watch him play? Maybe Kazuma told you to not attend, and you're attending whilst hiding or something? I don't know. Park it. We don't need to figure out everything right now. Because, I mean, Eyebrows-kun notices, which, again, he's going to be important later. And I mean, this sequence of the episode, this or the conversation that happens after it with Kon, like, he is terrifying, man. It's the shading on the eyes, it's the all-black background, like he's an all-consuming void of Ping Pong. The pink lightning as well, it's just goes to show his power. He's hitting with such strength, it's like a force of nature, literally. Also feel like it links up nicely with his dragon type stuff as well. Dragons and lightning and everything, it all fits for me. The soundtrack's great, he like aura farms throughout, like it's just... It's good stuff. He's like JoJo posing right now. And just, yeah. That's funny too. Oh, what are you feeling here, Smile? Yeah, this is utterly exceptional. Like what an abomination he is. Holy shit. If we can expect something even remotely this good going into the pointy end of the show, holy shit, I'm excited. That's gonna be awesome. And yeah, I mean, it's all about scale. Like, you feel small and insignificant, like you can't gather up the ground and, make the ball when you're supposed to. It feels like, David versus Goliath. It feels like a normal person versus a monster. Like a giant monster, a giant muscly, bald-headed monster. Just all about this. So, yeah, this is where the unconventional perspective stuff is really, really paying off. It's like so cool. Con's whole world turned upside down. I can't afford to let it end here. That plane metaphor coming back again. The inverted colors to show how everything's changed and he doesn't know what to do. It's just so foreign to him. The spiral, like he's downward spiraling during the match too. Lots and lots of good stuff. Love this here as well. The Dragon of Kazuma versus the plane. Right? He is literally stopping my triumphant trip back home that I'll make, right? He's the one standing in the way. He's the one that causes the plane to crash. As that happens as well, we get all this flashback stuff for Kon. It almost plays in like a reverse order and gets a lot of context later on. You'd imagine this is mother there in the back. There's the food that he comments that he likes, all the practice, something getting demolished too. Maybe there's more to say there too, I don't know. Me moving away and boarding and getting all these snacks from mum. All this effort is going to be wasted if I can't make this happen right now. And there's a level of anticlimax to it, the same way that there was in Peko versus Manabu earlier in the episode, where again, it feels like this is the character we're rooting for here, you would imagine, right? Like, you're just a monster. So we're rooting for Kon. And again, this is the point in the match, generally in these kind of shows, that you would turn the tides and there'll be a bit more of a back and forth. No, this is reality. You're just going to lose. Once again, struggling to catch your breath, sweating, looking for support, but only given a smile. Like, you do not have this, buddy. You've got no chance. No inspirational speech this time from Coach. You're donezo. Right? Not like that game against Smile. You're not getting nothing from me. This is insurmountable. Also, so much of it there was eye contact as well. Just like the entire time, man. He is locked as fuck. You're looking all around, looking for help, looking down, nervous. Just, yeah, great stuff. So yeah, Kazuma destroys him once more. You're leaving? Like, you don't want to be seen here. What's the go? Yo. Just keep this in mind. It'll come up next episode, I swear. Because point being, this ends up being the final. Kazuma versus Eyebrows. And Eyebrows here, like, she doesn't stick around for that is the point. So, like, she could only show up for this small amount of time. It clearly wasn't for you. She left as soon as Kazuma's game was over. I just said, stop thinking about it. It'll come up naturally. Oh, hang on, no, she's still here. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely for Kazuma, right? But yeah, I mean, there we have it. Kaio had 4 of the top 4. Big old sweep. If that's not demonstration that their stuff works, I don't know what is. Let's now get on the recruiting, get on the front foot, get talking to Smile. But before that, this scene. Love it. Kon, in the wake of everything, is shattered. Clearly shattered. He thinks that his life just ended. He's devoted himself to ping pong from such a young age. His mother has devoted him to ping pong from such a young age as well. Stereotypical country parent. You started getting good at this thing. She fully, wholeheartedly supported me through the whole thing. She let me board in this place. She brought me food. I feel like I'm letting down her, letting down my family, letting down everything that my life has been leading up to with this loss. I mean, contrast this guy with Koizumi a little bit, right? I wonder how Koizumi would react, where you're way more empathetic. You're like, no, ping pong isn't everything, and I need to make sure you know that. Where Koizumi's like almost the opposite. Like, that's not good. You're right, he's wrong. But is that also the mindset that, like, doesn't generate winners? That just coddles people? Anyway, you hear in the audio all the plane engine sounds. It's clearly, again, his theme going on. He has missed that plane back. It is flying off without him. He's watching his hopes fly away in that process as well. Oh, here's another good one. I've been linking Kon and Peko a lot, right? Because they both lose in this episode. They get to talking about their favorite sweets. Again, that's like Peko's whole thing, that he loves the sugary snacks. It's this moment over here where he's like, yeah, those homemade wontons that Mum made and the snacks that she brought me, they were good. Maybe it felt like a little piece of home in the hustle and bustle of all the focus on ping pong, right? It was the only time where I got to let loose a little bit and be an actual kid. I was forced to grow up too quickly, as opposed to Peko, who has not even begun to grow up yet. And he's looking on the bright side, but he's clearly coping here a little bit. He's very, very upset. Still got the glasses on noticeably as well, hiding his eyes, hiding his true feelings. Where again, you see through it all. You're like, you just gotta realize you've only reached the starting line of life. No need to feel like it's all over. And again, this isn't the opinion of your coach. This is the opinion of your friend who's been with you from the very start. You're more than this. Where again, that feels very genuine to me, that relationship. Like words from the heart, I like to see it. I don't know. I rate these two. They're cool. Here's a fun one. Who's that at the bottom of the stairs there? Peko. Like, Smile's going over to talk with him, but gets pulled aside by Kazuma. So it's like almost like I'm stealing you away from Peko and like consoling him and stuff and selling you on this, new school, this new dream, all that other kind of stuff. Like he's being pulled in two directions here, Smile is my point. Kazuma says he's going back to school to practice even more, which is utter insanity, not even a moment's celebration of winning. He then essentially calls everyone else morons and then says, hey, you're not a moron. You should come to Kaio. I'll make a comfortable place for you there. He goes on then to really kind of spruik the school. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to play the whole section, guys, but like, they got fucking everything. They're insane. It feels like a ping pong factory. Specific focus on technology and the best gear and all that other kind of stuff. Feels very corporate. They've got the backing of that Poseidon type thing, so like it makes sense. There's this money in having the best players and the best players having the best gear and all that other kind of stuff. Like, you guys know how this works, I think. And like, I mean, this is exaggerated. I don't think that this is how it would be in real life, but it is how Kazuma is selling it to Smile. Like, it's this intense environment where you'll see the most growth. If you want to become better, and I think that you can, you should come here. The proof's in the pudding, right? I like looking at Smile here as well. Just kind of looking up, not really looking him in the eye, just contemplating things, leaving his options open. As always, he's a hard book to read emotionally. I'll come to pick you up one day. Pause. Count on it. Okay, so he's not going to rest until you're at his school, basically. Sure. And then, yeah, Kazuma, back with the rest of his boys. Coach is just yelling at everybody. Eyebrows could. Eyebrows' eyes wander over here to woman, to girl, whose name is Yurie? Yurie? Sure, let's go with that. So she is the coach's daughter. I hear that Kazuma is living with her at the chairman's house, which is weird. Why don't you just... Anyway. And then it's like, well, they're living together. Oh, that must mean this. And then they say that they're cousins. Their relationship is pure. But that doesn't pass the sniff test for Eyebrows because, he saw that he saw that she was watching before or something. He's clearly interested in her, you would say as well, lamenting the fact that Kazuma gets to have a life. But I don't think that he does. There has to be something on the other end. Something's got to give. I don't think that he has a good relationship with her. Not at all. I think it may be a thing like they're not actually cousins, but the father thinks they're like cousins because they've known each other forever and that they're close, and he's kind of living in disbelief at the fact that his daughter would like boys, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure that stuff's going to come up more later. Let's park it. And on this ending shot here, Smile gets back on the bus, and we're leaving young Peckington behind. He's sitting at the base of the stairs, big old zoom out shot. The day's over, the crowd's gone, tears streaming down his face, and he feels so insignificant in the grand scheme of things. He feels very much like Konwenger with that plane flying away. He is lost. He has nowhere left to go. He doesn't know how to deal with this. And yeah, he's going to have to learn. again, we've been through this. It's entirely Smile's fault, basically. Like, I've been coddling him, and now he's got a taste of the real world, and we don't know if he's going to cope. He's a pretty fragile young lad. And yeah, I mean, we'll leave it there. But, obviously an intriguing spot we're left with once again. Good show. Very good show. Towards the end there, that scene of, like, the Kon versus Kazuma match, as well as the aftermath with Kon, 10 out of 10. It's very, very good. Like, cannot praise it highly enough. You'll see me next week, hopefully with 2 episodes. Sorry about the one again, but sometimes it's just got to happen. Either way, Patreon, if you want to see that right away, like the video, subscribe, all that other kind of stuff. You'll see me next time. Thank you for watching. Ciao. Bye-bye.